Mark Cuban, Mavs owner, my only billionaire friend, the Herd on ESPN Radio. So Sharknado 3's tonight at 9 on the Sci-Fi Channel. You play the president, and I thought that would be a nice segue into Donald Trump's surging popularity.
Well, first you got to check out the movie tonight. It's amazing. You know, it's as cheesy comes, which makes it hysterical. So, yeah, it's good. And you know, ask me anything you want about the Donald. I'm happy to talk.
Well, what you know, I talked to a friend yesterday, and he said, "Colin, what do you make of it?" And I said, "It tells you the rest of the GOP candidates are a yawn." That was my first takeaway. What does it say to you? His, you know, maybe it's a flash, but his kind of fireworks show that's surging in the polls.
Well, two things. One, his name recognition is better than, you know, I couldn't name all 15 Republican candidates. That's one. Two, I think people are tired of politics. As usual, you know, we're tired of everything being scripted. We're tired of every comment being politically correct. And, you know, and even though Donald has to spend a lot of time pulling not just his foot, but the toenails and the stuff that falls off his cuticles out of his mouth, at least it's refreshing to have somebody who's just going to say what's on their mind and give an honest, if not insensitive response to a question. To me, it's great. You know, would I vote for him? No, but I don't know that I'd vote for any of the other 14 candidates, and I don't know that I'd vote for the Democratic candidates right now either.
Yeah,
so I think it's refreshing.
Yeah, I think after 12 debates and closer inspection, but you know, there's so little authenticity out there, Mark. I think that's why you're popular and Charles Barkley is popular, is that politics is so broken in our country. If nothing else, Donald is refreshing.
Yeah,
even if he's clumsy.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And that's always been his nature. And, you know, being authentic, being open, being honest in this day and age requires either an ignorance of social media, in the case of Charles Barkley, who I love, obviously, but he just avoids all social media, or just an inability to understand social media, which is Donald Trump. You know, he's just so, you know, incapable of doing social media right. That it doesn't matter to him what people say on there. And so, and to me, I mean, I just try to be authentic because, you know, I don't care. You know, I know, you know, with Cyberdust and all the other things, I try to shrink my digital footprint and control it. So I think I can be authentic and feel free to say what I think is the right thing to say.
And it's interesting, you do almost always control your narrative. I work in the media, and I don't always trust it, and I have few friends in it. How would you describe your relationship with the American media?
Oh, fine, because I've got a hammer. You know, I think, you know, when someone comes at me on Twitter or something, first I understand that there's so much noise on Twitter that you have to be able to differentiate what's the true signal versus the noise. And then if someone, you know, makes something up, you know, I could hit them on Cyberdust, where I can be a lot more personal. I can hit them on Twitter. I can go on calling, you know, and talk to you. I can go on television. So I've got a big sledgehammer. So, you know, I think that's enabled me to kind of be on par with anybody in the media and feel comfortable that I'm going to be able to stand up for myself. And since they know that, they're a little bit fairer to me. Now, look, there's exceptions. I wasn't driving around Houston looking for addresses,
right.
but I worked that out with Chris, and you know and he took it down, and you know we're friends, and we have no problems with each other. So. You know, I think I've got enough of a hammer and an understanding and a platform that I can stand up for myself, and that changes my relationship with the media.